you chip like crap because you're using the wrong operating system. There's two to choose from. Well, if I'm going to clean the grooves in my club, I'm going to stick my club under my armpit, immobilize it, immobilize my body, and go ahead and clean the grooves without scratching the face. This is a very fine manipulation that dentists, surgeons, eating food, you need this to survive on a daily basis. But it's the worst thing for your chipping. Imagine a ball and a string. If I want to catch that tee with this ball and a string, then I'm going to give it to gravity. Now, as gravity's tracking that, notice how my hand is reacting to it. I can use my legs to react to it, just like a kid on a swing. Notice where the ball is passing? Well, as soon as I see that, I'm going to put the low point in front of the tee and let it catch the tee on the way down. Look how accurate that is. So right now, I'm reacting to the weight of the ball, and I can now position myself to where the ball will catch, the club will catch the ball first, then grass, and give me exquisite contact every single time without ever thinking about it, because I'm in reaction mode. I'm not in manual mode. Stay tuned, this one's big. So I tell my students, I said, well, if you can't use your arms, how do you go about things? Well, imagine this was tied to your sternal notch right here between the two clavicles. And I wanted to get this going. Well, I can't use the ball and a string, so I have to use my legs. Now notice, the legs have to come up and down. See how I'm pulling up on the string? Pull up, let it swing through, let it swing through, let it swing through. So notice how I'm using my legs to turn my body out of the way and to create some lift to pull the arms into this beautiful arc. So if I do the same thing when I'm chipping, well, let's say this tee represents my low point. My ball would be at the back of that tee. Now observe how I'm going to let my arms hang in front. See that? So I'm heaving, let it fall, 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 let it fall. So notice it keeps cutting grass right here, slightly in front of the ball, which means I'm going to catch ball first, then turf. I'm feeling the weight of that arm club unit, and my legs are ready to heave it into action. So notice I'm letting it hover off the ground ever so slightly, which is what I want to do, because at this point the club is still on its way down to catch ball first, then turf. So I'm feeling the weight of that arm club unit. I'm going to heave it into action and then just let it fall through the cut. And look at the perfect little divot. Notice how I caught ball first. I can just put another ball right there on that same piece of grass and keep using that same little mini divot. So I feel the weight of that arm club unit. I can't use the arms, so I have to heave the arms into the backswing with my legs. So it's like a lumberjack with an axe. I got my axe here, I'm getting ready to cut down my tree. Well, I'm not going to stand over here, I got to lunge after it. I'm not going to stand over here, I got to reach back for it. But right here, it feels like I can catch ball first, then tree. Or if the ball was the tree, I'd catch, I'd be catching it slightly on the way down. Here we go. So I'm going to heave it. Heave. So notice, as I'm grabbing the ground and heaving it back, I am heaving my body out of the way as I'm heaving the arms up. And then all I got to do is let everything fall through that ball into the direction of the target, and look at this, another perfect divot. I can just keep using that. All right. So, bring it in. Grab my axe, heave, let it fall through. And we have this gorgeous little pitch shot. Beautiful little divot. What is it going to look like normally? So I feel the weight of the arm club unit. I'm going to heave it and let it fall through. Heave. Let it fall through. And I have this absolutely gorgeous wedge shot that just landed 2 feet from that flagstick. Just superb. Use that particular divot there. And I'm going to use my machine now to show you a little yardage. Feel the weight of the arm club unit. Heave. Let it fall. So I can see where the club is passing. I can see where the low point is. Then I bring that in. And I feel like the divot in front of the ball is already there. All I got to do is let the ball in a string track and do its thing. Heave. Let it fall through. Just sublime. This is my 100-yard club. That was 99.7 yards. And we have the perfect little draw. Is that what the tracer got too? Pretty straight? Straight. So, and the most beautiful wispy divot, like a pure little bacon strip. And there you have it. So, from a chip, we're playing the ball off the back foot. Fall through the ball. Pitch, a little wider, a little less on the back foot. Fall through, and then full swing, just slightly back of center. Fall through. So I'm using pure momentum, ball on a string, and when I'm feeling the weight of my arm club unit, my body can then react to give me that appropriate up and down. And you just happen to be an expert at this. So many of you right now are saying, are you out of your mind? You can't be going up and down like that. It's going to wreak havoc on your contact and your direction, blah, blah, blah. And what you don't realize is that your body is an absolute gravity genius. It knows it's not going to hyperextend you. Just look at Bryson. The first thing he does is heave himself up, and he comes up by that much, and then he comes back down by the same amount. How is that? Well, you're not out of pure self-preservation. We've been doing this for hundreds of thousands of years. You would never hyperextend yourself in the backswing and lock up your legs and risk spraining a knee. And you would never hyper squat yourself into the dirt and really damage yourself as far as the arms and wrists are concerned. So it feels the weight. And look at that perfect divot every time. Let it release, 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 let it release. Can you get any better than that? I'm shaving that grass so perfectly there. There's beautiful grass at the bottom of that divot, and those are going to grow right back. I'm not taking any chunkiness, and I'm taking just the right depth to put the ball in the center of my club face without thinking, just reacting to the weight of my arms and club. So for more information on this, go to wisdomingolfpremium.com. You want to work with us, with Moo, with Sav, with myself, and we'll show you how to do this over the course of the off season. We'll get together every week, and we're going to polish this pearl so that in the spring, you're going to be ready to rock and roll and score like crazy. Best of all, it'll be effortless, brainless, and reactive. And you're going to have just the best time on the golf course. It'll feel like a true meditation, just like it is right now for me. Enjoy.